Welcome back to part two of World War Three's Cold War, like a World War Three during the Cold War. I stuttered, or I misspoke. Today's episode of this series is going to focus on Angola, one of the few countries that actually remained a thing after World War Three. With the formation of a bunch of other countries in this Middle Africa area, their first thing is going to be trying to reform their country because their capital's no more. And the chaos in Namibia, that's the name, right? I pronounced it right, I think. The chaos in Namibia is like terrorist. Can I say terrorist? Too late. Anyways, with terrorist instability. Huh, hey, where have I heard that before? I think it's Yemen. So, Angola is gonna send their troops south into the North Namibia sector. I came up with that name on the spot, by the way. 5. So I can just do that. So, they begin their invasion to try and stabilize the region. Their war is very successful because they're versing a bunch of untrained terrorists. With the fall of the majority of their arid regions, this country, the North of Namibia, just capitulates and joins up with Angola. Angola proved itself to be capable during a war in this southern region, which spooks the CCR, Central Congo Republic, and the SCR, the Central Congo Republic. I'm very creative. And the NCPR, North Congo People's Republic. Yeah, NCPR. It doesn't worry them, but that's their name. Angola's idea to try and stabilize the remainder of this region is to just, how about this? Start another war. Yeah, that always works. Instead, this time they're invading this thing. They're invading these 3 countries. I did not create names. They begin the liberation of Namibia. I hope I'm saying the name right. Cutting off the panhandle of this North Namibian the North Namibian area. Oops. It's free real estate, and that attracts North Rhodesia. That was their name, right? It attracts North Rhodesia into this war, and Angola and North Rhodesia say, hey, why don't we just team up in order to stabilize all the terrorist attacks happening along this area of their border? And they decide to split it. And Angola decides that we'll just keep this diagonal line like that, and then give all this section to North Rhodesia. And the panhandle quickly falls. They cut off this eastern terrorist the western terrorist organization from the eastern terrorist organization. And then quickly split the north from the south. As they slowly come in on the on this section, like central area, they realize, hey, we can't win this, so they capitulate. And then the South Terrorist Organization says, hell, we didn't sign up for this, and then capitulates. So I've created the new borders, and after this war, the Angola creates a puppet Namibia called the North Namibian Republic in this little section. And North Rhodesia and speaks to Angola about how it wants to no longer be referred to as North Rhodesia, and says, you know it'd be great if we just invaded South Rhodesia and became one Rhodesia. I hope I'm saying that name right. Angola says, we'll support you, but we won't join the war. So North Rhodesia declares war on South Rhodesia. Oh, I gave them a coast. I don't remember this map. I made it like a week ago. So you're finding out just as many things as I am. I cannot speak today. With the beginning of the invasion of the East, South Rhodesia calls on a Brazilian ally over here. They call on Uruguay to send supplies over to their country. And Uruguay, who's not overcome with war yet, says, sure, why not? So that begins the kicking out of all these forces in their country. So North Rhodesia says, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to lose, I'm supposed to win. And North Rhodesia begins an invasion in the west, trying to distract as many South Rhodesian forces as they can, with a small spearhead going to the center of their country. They say, you thought that you could beat us? And then proceed to absolutely just cripple the North Rhodesian army. Angola doesn't want to get involved because, well, they don't want to get involved because of, bad diplomacy with people like Uruguay, other South American nations. So that's about it. That's all North Rhodesia is going to do. So they say, hey, how about this? Let's just sign white peace with 60 more days of fighting. Of course, because we want the most amount of land. So they begin a second invasion, which is basically just like a last stand, trying to capture as much northern territory as possible. But the 60 days are up, and time to draw the new border. So after the signing of white peace, North Rhodesia gained a little bit of land over here, while South Rhodesia wasn't really crippled, and they don't do too much anymore. And South Rhodesia hasn't really changed because this north region it was only home to like two major cities, which weren't very, good economy because of, the nukes everywhere. Yeah, so after the nukes went off everywhere except for Jerusalem, and Jerusalem, I didn't realize that. Were they neutral? I forgot. They also gained this little northern section because that was the original plan to put the Israeli state in, but the British thought, nah, we shouldn't give them that. We should put them next to a bunch of Middle Easterns who would probably hate this country. Israel's invasion of Palestine was swift. Taylor Swift. I'm not going to pause the stream of the video again. There you go. Zionist or anti-Zionist, they won. I'm neither. I don't really care. Israel does what Israel does. Israel can do what they want. I'm not going to say anything. Anyways. But back to something that won't get me cancelled on Twitter. There are still some terrorist attack happening in Free. Like where Cape Town is? No, Cape Town South. Yeah. Walvis Bay. So in the Walvis Bay Republic, there are still some terrorist attacks happening. So the new Namibian Republic asks Angola for help invading this little thing. So they do. And, well, they get absolutely squashed. Well, what were you expecting? They're just a bunch of terrorists. What are you supposed to do? Oh, I should shift click. Anyways. Mozambique decides to expand its territory in Africa and calls on its other Portuguese ally that isn't over here. Angola. Again. This is just an Angola-centered video. I'm gonna just name this video World War III Nuke Map Part 1, Angola, and Mozambique versus the world. God, they'd get squashed, definitely. Well, there isn't a land route connecting them. What am I talking about? They have no Rhodesia as a friend. This causes the formation of an alliance between all four countries, called the Free Africa Pact, vowing against terrorism in everything below this line. Yeah, no more terrorism. Or at least they're going to try. Mozambique quickly starts their invasion of the northern half of Madagascar, which goes quite well, if I do say so myself. But the Madagascarians, I hate it when that happens. But they aren't having any of this, so they say, screw you guys, and they begin invading their little colony over here. And because they are very close to an encirclement, they choose a tactical retreat. Now it's stuck in its stalemate while all the Angolan forces from like this section here on guard along here, over here, trying to calm down terrorists. I'll go over here to then get sent to a port, to then go over to here, into this northern port, to then help out their friends. Then the Central Congoan Republic says, now's my time to strike against Angola, despite Angola wasn't planning on invading them in the first place. Wrong color. But the Northern People's Republic says, screw you guys, and joins the Free Africa Pact. What they weren't planning on, or what this Southern Congoan Republic wasn't planning on, was the absolute demolishing of their only port. Because before the People's Republic could spread communism into this section, the Angolan forces had already basically just demolished them. And now the African Red Army, I'm definitely going to get canceled on Twitter, begins their invasion of this territory. Not long after that, they throw in the towel. Before peace conferences can be held for this territory, fearing the northern wrath, the South Congo Republic joins on the little section. I can't remember names for shit. The Free Africa Pact. Anyways, now all their forces are just flooding into this section. So Madagascar gets absolutely smacked around by these African powers. They aren't world powers because they don't have any nuclear bombs. Did it all go off? Actually, I'm gonna just say that nukes just like after the Third World War, while everyone was deciding their new borders, all the nukes on planet Earth just disappeared. Sure, yeah, no one can nuke anyone else until, certain someone in this mess of a territory. God, what did I do to America and Canada? Hell, even Mexico. Not as bad as Russia, though. Yeah, this is what I made the map, by the way. Take a good long look. You'll love it. I hate it. I hate it so much. It looks terrible. Well, what are you gonna do? Anyways. Until a certain someone makes me more nukes. That's what the joke is supposed to be. No, that's not foreshadowing. At least I don't think. I do not script these videos. It comes right off the dome. Yeah, Madagascar just throws in the towel. And because both countries got absolutely demolished, this is starting to fear the Western French African Republic. Eastern shit. These two countries. They're still technically French, despite France is basically Dunyan rings. Why did I give that to Austria? Oh, the Alpine region, actually, never mind. Anyways, time to drop the the treaty, how the map's gonna look in about 2 seconds. Well, now that the borders are all drawn up, you can see what happened to Africa. I'll start off with here. So, the first thing that you're probably going to notice is that, hey, why did Israel get land? Well, these powers thought that, wouldn't it just be swell if we just gave her? Well, the first part cut out, but they give that to the Israel, which isn't gonna piss off anyone. And after the war, they give most of central Congo to the North Congoan Republic, and they give this tiny section to Angola. Well, Angola drew the treaty with the expansion of the God, what did I name it? Free Africa Alliance, Free Africa Pact, FAP, which causes the formation of the FFA, the Free France Alliance, which is the Western African Republic, the Eastern African Republic, Western, France,